What's up, guys? Welcome back to WCS America. Axel Toss here, joined by Axlav. Great day of StarCraft so far, and we're not even halfway through yet. We're in the second best-of-3 series here between Goswser and Hart. Goswser taking game 1.
That's right, and he was pretty convincing there. I mean, Hart had some cool moves, but the theme of the game is Goswser got ahead in macro, and he never let up. Just great macro, great defense early from those pushes. I think that's what set the pace of the game. Hart was playing his army as if it was a Widowmine bio army, where you can do these small pushes and keep retreating and bleeding units and replace them. But because he went tanks early, with tanks you can't afford to just throw your tanks away. You kind of got to build up for one big push. You never had that big push happen for him. Looks like game 2 is going to be a Neo Planet S. The players are ready.
Is Goswser? I'm waiting on confirmation. Confirmation here from Goswser. Hart is ready.
You said Goswser something.
Yeah, I said Goswser go.
Yeah.
All right, he said go.
There we go. We're good.
Live right now, by the way, guys. So get on Twitter, get on Team Liquid, get on Reddit, join the conversation. You can join the Twitch chat. And we have some very handsome mods in there, making sure everything is under control. Of course, it's so much fun talking about StarCraft 2. So if you're one of those guys who's just watching and not talking about it with anyone, well, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's fine, but it truly enhances your experience if you're really engaged with the people around you and the community. It's a lot of fun meeting new people too. So try it out. That's my suggestion of the day. But here we are in game number 2 on Neo Planet S. In the bottom left-hand location, I present your Red Zerg player representing Team Millennium and hailing from the United States of America. Currently up 1-0 in this series. 1 win away from advancing to the winner's match and guaranteeing himself a place in WCS America Season 2. He is Goswser. His opponent in the top right-hand location, representing Team Axiom and hailing from Korea. In his round of 32 group, went 0-2 versus Suppy, 1-2 versus Hello Kitty, and on the verge of being sent down to the loser's match. Needs to win 2 in a row here. He is Hart. And wouldn't that be crazy, though? At the beginning of WCS America, if I told you that we'd have a Challenger League group with STC and Hart in the losers match, one of them being knocked out, would you look at me like I'm crazy?
I would look at you like you're crazy. Like maybe in the Premier League, maybe.
Right.
In fact, most people would say Premier League round of 16 is where that would happen.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Challenger League group play. This is the last ditch for the people who already lost in the Challenger League brackets. And to have this quality of players here, look at this Ghost. You know what? I was suspicious when he didn't veto Neo Planet S, because most Zergs vs. Terran do veto this map.
Yes.
And he's going pull first versus Command Center first, which it's not like he's going to kill him with the pull first. It was
Proxy Hatchery. Hatchery and his opponent's natural. Ready?
I don't think so. Maybe? Is he going to? If he's... No, he wouldn't. Only Cats does that.
He still can. Watch.
You have to cancel the one in his natural.
No, he can put his third one there.
Okay, yeah.
He's going to see that's Command Center first. He's like, oh, you don't have attacking units. I'm going to make a hatchery at your...
Hey, Hart loaded a depot. He invited a drone in, but the drone said no.
Yeah, he wants to stay out there so he can build the hatchery.
Could be.
Never mind.
Maybe?
No, probably not.
I'm trying to figure out the theory behind the pull first, because...
Faster queen?
I mean, yeah... Economically, it doesn't make that significant of a difference. Whether you go pull hatch or hatch pull, it's not actually that big if you don't get gas in between. The reason why almost every Zerg goes hatch first is because if you go pull first, like Goswser did, and your opponent goes 2 racks, it can be very difficult to stop, because what they can do is when they scout you, they just wait until they have 5 Marines and they attack. And if they pull SCVs, you won't have a Spine Core up because you don't have the creep at your natural. So 5 Marines is almost impossible to beat with SCV support without a Spine Core. But 2 racks isn't that popular anymore unless you're innovation. So it's...
Unless you're the best player in the world.
Yeah, you have insane micro. It's going to work out pretty evenly for both players as if nothing really happened.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of interested to see how Goswser plays this map. This map is a little bit of a tricky map.
Oh, it is.
We saw last game. He got the 5 bases and just overpowered his opponent with just money, throwing ultras at him until he collapsed.
Yep.
This is a map where, yes, you can deny a Terran 4th pretty easily if you have a big army, but it's pretty hard to really go past 4 bases yourself. The corner bases or the central bases aren't easy to defend.
Yeah, I mean, even just holding a third can be somewhat difficult. You know, Neo Planet S is a map with 2 passageways, 2 pathways to your opponent's side of the map. Terran players can theoretically, send a drop to the bottom while sprinting some units up to the top, while sending, their rallied forces somewhere else. The map is small enough where you can really get up close and personal with your opponent who's, getting up to 3 to 4 bases. So, yeah, I agree 100%. Entering the mid game, it could be a very stressful situation for Goswser as far as defending all the multi-prong harassment that should be inevitable here from Hart. So, I feel like
we may see
the momentum of this game will be determined upon when that ends up happening, if it ends up happening.
If it even gets to that point, we see Roach Warren double extract is going after Goswser. We could see some very heavy aggression. On the other hand, Hart took a very fast third command center. And look at this interesting build. So he built a reactor on his barracks, and then thought he was going to put a tech lab there to get Hellions, but no, he's going immediately for a tech lab on the factory instead of switching it with the reactor on the barracks. And he's going to reactor on Marines and go straight for, looks like siege tanks. A very fast.
Of course, early tank in this situation is great against, potential early aggression from the Zerg, and this is about the timing when that happens. So, pretty safe opening here from Hart.
Goswser going straight to Lair.
And he got a Roach Warren, which is really interesting to me.
Yeah, it was weird that he got the Roach Warren. I think he's hoping Hart will over-scout it and overreact to some type of early Roach on. They're really, with the Evo chamber there and...
Only one Evo chamber too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like this may be a Nidus all in.
Huh.
But this is a weird map to do it on. But it's unclear exactly what he's doing. We'll have to wait and see. A single siege tank from Hart, which is basically saying, you know what, I don't want to die to any Baiting Olin.
Yeah.
Right? If you send Baitings at my wall, my siege tank will blast them to pieces. I'm not going to die to any type of Baiting Olin. Now I'm going to go to my normal play, getting stim pack, getting additional barracks. Additional barracks before eBay. So, really want to... And actually getting 2 more bunkers. He's scouted something.
He saw the 3 roaches, so he's getting a little bit wary. Yeah. He wants to be really safe. He realized he has 3 orbital commands, so if there's a vulnerability he has, it's in the next couple minutes. When he doesn't have that as production facilities on the ground just yet, not really producing a lot of army. So just making sure he wants to stay really safe. And I guess mission accomplished there from Goswser. We were theorizing about those roaches and what their purpose was.
Yeah, and they've definitely kind of interfered with Hart's plans. Hart's seen the 3rd command center, or 3rd hatchery, excuse me. So he kind of knows what's going on here. Goswser going for Roach speed. So he may just be playing like a Roach Hydra style on Neoplanet S.
Yeah, and still mixing in more roaches at a time when, even more roaches here. I guess he is fully saturated on 2 bases, I think.
You know what? This kind of reminds me of similar to build. Moongate doesn't tech quite as fast, but it's basically this mass speed Roach thing where you basically deny a Terran's 3rd base.
Bunkers are salvaged. Also, Hart identified the 3rd of Goswser with the Hellion earlier, so he could be thinking, okay, let's go to a macro game. Whereas Goswser is making nothing but roaches.
52 drones, so not an insane drone count. I think he's hoping that Hart's going to move out, and he's just going to catch him off guard with a massive speed roaches. There goes, it just sees the main.
See some roaches in the... doesn't see too much at all.
Yeah, just sees a few roaches hanging back there, maybe deal with a potential drop play later on, or maybe just forgotten in the main. Now going back and joining up. Goswser is getting drops. We're gonna see some mass drop play. This is really creative. Hard, of course, just cranking out bio like a maniac. Hasn't used his factory for anything but building add-ons since that first siege tank was built.
Let's see if Goswser goes and tries to deny this 3rd. Oh, did Overseer barely miss it? I think he might have.
I think he might. I mean, I'm sure he'll check back there in a second. Spreading the creep both directions, really wants to use his mobility. He has a lot of speed roaches on the field. Drop is still into works. Baiting speed's being researched.
He doesn't have Overlord speed, which is interesting.
He's definitely looking to do a mass attack on the 3rd base of Hart.
Overlord speed just started. So, drop play. I think that's definitely his plan, because he is researching both drop and Overlord speed.
That's Hart's plans as well, as Hart's moving across the left side of the map. Goswser's whole army is moving out on the attack. There's nothing back to defend. Not even an Overlord to spot this left side.
Yeah, no Spore there in the natural either. This could be a little bit devastating. Right when Goswser is wanting to attack, we're going to see a drop in his natural expansion. This could mess up his plans a lot. A lot of Overlords on the way as well to that location. So the drop going to be going down here at the natural expansion. Goswser responding by pulling everything back, letting the Overlords continue though. So this shouldn't be too bad, running away those drones, but can Hart identify exactly what's going on based on what he's seeing right now?
I mean, he's seen a lot of roaches. He's seen speedings as well. He sees the baiting nest. If he notices this quivering, he's going to know speed's on the way. One of the medevacs picks up a load of guys.
Sees a lot of roaches.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has to be very suspicious at the very least. Is he going to just abandon the third against this, get more siege tanks, going to try to crank out the Widow Mines?
He's going to drop banelings too. So I feel like he should peel away a few Overlords into the main while attacking the third. I feel like that would be a great decision. But look at this medevac. He's going to see it. He's going to see it.
Oh, he sees the army massing. Meanwhile, the other medevac trying to find a spot to drop and going towards the main now. But roaches deal with that without too much of a problem.
Okay, let's see how Hart ends up reacting. Pulling his bio forward, burrowing those Widow Mines as the main base drop gets cleaned up there. Only a few of the Overlords are filled with stuff, so let's see how Goswser approaches this. Coming towards his opponents, in between the natural and the third base. Marines and Marauders coming forward. The Widow Mines are there. He has to be careful. Widow Mines going off onto the Overlords. Only a few getting taken out. And the Overlords that got taken out didn't have a lot of units inside. So the Overlords continuing to surge forward here. Still a lot of units inside. Hart desperately trying to split up the bio army to minimize the damage from those banelings. And is this working out for Goswser?
Oh, it's hard to tell. Oh, the bio's trapped. It's trapped.
No,
He's got to pick it up.
Great detonations there onto the Marines. Still so many roaches alive in Hart's natural expansion. The tank was on the high ground, not up there anymore. I think it was taken out. And what is to stop this force from Goswser? So many roaches trying to surge into the main base. A little bit surprised he doesn't try to pick up and then drop in the main so he can increase that surface area, but going to be content staying on the low ground. Going to fall back. Some Widow Mines are here going to try to take those guys out. Takes down 2.
There's no Overseer.
Oh, no. He's going to have to back up. Okay.
Goswser on the tree. He still has a small supply advantage, but you know what's very important?
It's pretty all in from Goswser.
I mean, he definitely wants to try to deny the third base, and this is a situation where if he sent a couple units to kill that third during that, I think he would end up way ahead. But that third base was totally exposed for the entirety of that invasion. Not a single bunker, not a single.
You know, he doesn't know it's there necessarily. He still hasn't scouted it. He should know though, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has to anticipate it's there. Yeah. And that was kind of unfortunate for his build. And now, but Hart could end up overcommitting. If Hart ends up losing too many Widow Mines out in the field.
Oh, look at this. This is a dynamic of Neoplanet as he's going to attack straight into his opponent's natural expansion, taking down the Widow Mine. Some bio coming out here to try to deal with this, trying to sandwich from 2 directions. The Balin's getting some solid hits off onto this bio. Goswser up 145 to 106 in play. SCVs being pulled here, but against about 20 roaches, that's something you never want to have to do. Going to pick up and go to the main base. Widow Mine trying to get that damage done. Goswser taking those guys out as well, but Hart's third base remains alive, so there's a part of this where he can theoretically come back, but Goswser applying so much pressure.
And this is not a situation where the Terran really wants to be trying to fight on 2 fronts. Terran wants to use Stim, Medevacs, and Kiting to deal with these roaches. But as we saw there, when he hit from 2 angles, he wasn't able to do that very well. Still, no pressure on that third base of Hearts. Goswser setting up a 4th base on the left side.
Goswser has made nothing but units since, I don't know, what, like the 11, 12 minute mark of this game. Really trying to apply as much aggression as possible. Really just not letting his opponent breathe. And now he's going to start surging into his opponent's third base. Some bio here trying to deal with that. Some roaches getting picked off. But Baneling trying to get a good connection. Gets a decent connection. The other two going to get targeted down. But Goswser just trying to deny this third base, but losing quite a few roaches in the process.
Yeah, I mean, his third base is under fire as well. Drop here by Hart on the counter is basically taking out all the drones at the third. The roaches, though, are still swarming the third base of Hearts.
This is still doable from Hart. Goswser throwing away more roaches at the top side of the map. Other roaches are going to be swinging across. The drop's still happening there at the third base. Goswser is going to try to retake a base in the middle left-hand location. +2 is underway, but his drone count is going to start getting very low. He's at 47, but his opponent's only at 33. So it's not like he's at a gross economic disadvantage, but Hart doing a great job really just trying to spread Goswser out everywhere, make him make those mistakes.
And, you know, Hart's got a very healthy army now. A lot of Marauders in the competition. The creeps been pushed back just a little bit. Widow Mines continually being produced. As long as Hart doesn't start, you know, suicide units here or there, I think his army is actually probably stronger than Goswser. Yes, he's down by 10 supply, but it's all roaches from Goswser, whereas it's medevac-supported, stimmed bio for Hart.
Yeah,
and the draw play is just going to be so difficult for Goswser to deal with.
Marauders are like the thing you want against the roaches. That's fairly obvious. And Goswser are still not remaking any drones here, just making nothing but units. Roaches, Lings, Banelings, Overlords, a drop happening. In his main base, has 2 roaches there. That's not going to be enough to deal with that, so sending some more roaches back to help. And he's going to actually completely pull on back here. And again, this is something that gets very stressful on Neoplanet S. It's not too far of a rush distance, so Hart can really, again, as he's been doing, try to spread out his opponent as much as possible.
Hart's trying to push in from the top here as well as maybe potentially reactivating that drop into the main. Slowly pushing the creep back. very Marauder heavy in his composition.
Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of a transition is really possible here from Goswser. He doesn't have a ridiculous amount of gas. It's not really possible to try to make a move into Infestors. So still, he has to make something happen with his standing army, with these Banelings, with these Roaches, with these Zerglings. And if Hart, controls properly, I don't know how Goswser is going to accomplish that.
He may just try to starve Hart out. Remember, Hart's bases will mine out faster because his third has been taken for longer. Goswser is moving in here.
He's going to go for a nice concave here from Hart, trying to split up those units. Widowmine's shooting Overlords, which isn't going to help much. Medevac's going to try to sprint forward to heal up these Marines. Marauders continuing to kite backwards. Baneling's trying to get those detonations as well. Some friendly fire from those Widowmines. Goswser surging forward. He's a 30 supply advantage, trying to make something happen. It looks like he's going to go to the third once again and just try to deny that. But Hart, realizing it, Command Center going to lift, but those SCVs are running for their lives.
That third is important for Hart. I mean, his natural is very low in minerals. If he has to drop mules there, that'll clear that out very quickly. But the spawning pool is about to go down.
Nice drop there from Hart, taking down the spawning pool. Broodling's going to pop out and try to deal with those. Of course, it's the hunt for the SCVs. Looks like they were eventually tracked down. And Hart, oh, look at that, putting the Overlord at his opponent's third base, too. Spewing that creep, making sure that Command Center can't drop down. But another big engagement going to happen here. Marines Marauders coming forward here from Hart, going to try to kite away. And this has been the story of this game. Widowmine's getting some solid shots off.
Yeah, but Hart's forced back into his natural.
Too much.
So maybe he got over eager with the drops, didn't have enough standing army, because without being able to mine from that third base.
Yeah, he still can't.
I mean, he's saving up his energy. He's not dropping mules as natural, which is very smart, because if he did, he wouldn't have a natural anymore. Mules would eat up those minerals in just a matter of seconds.
Yep.
So he's saving that energy up, so as soon as he can reestablish that third, he can just drop the mule hammer there. But if Goswser can keep denying that third base over and over again, it's going to be a difficult proposition for Hart.
Hart going to try to send another drop across the field. Goswser in a brilliant position here, 190 to 114. That supply cut coming forward with the Overlords and the Roaches. Widowmine's going off on the Overlords, the ones with nothing inside, trying to get those Banelings drops down, but Hart just keeps kiting backwards, refusing to engage this army. But I think Goswser at this point might be pretty happy with that, as long as he can keep denying his opponent's third base, set up a nice concave outside his opponent's natural, prevent drops from doing too much damage. He's going to be fine going forward.
His drop defense is good, also sending additional couple Roaches to that third base to make sure that cannot be landed. Hart is containing his natural, and the natural is getting skinnier and skinnier on resources. He can't afford to produce units. Look at that production tab. Only one Marauder, one Marine, and 2 Widowmines being produced at a time. He's got to land some mules soon, but he just can't. I mean, the drop play is nice, but he's got to find a way to take his third base.
And this is a point where Goswser needs to make sure he's proactive about scouting ninja expansions. That Marine at the top left has been there for a long time. That could be a command center, theoretically. So I would love to see Goswser start scouting around.
I think this is the 4th drone that's tried to build that hatchery.
Really?
Look at the Marine. He's got 3 kills.
Goswser's like, gosh, why do my drones never listen?
He's been waiting for that.
He doesn't realize the Marine's up there killing every single one.
I mean, because you wouldn't see it, right? Unless you look at the exact moment that the drone walks up there. It's pretty funny.
Is he in trying to bust this?
I don't think so.
I think that's like the one way you can lose this game.
It would be unnecessary risk.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he could. He's up by enough food. Maybe he could, but why bother? Hart has to move out to attack him. Hart's afraid to move out. Instead, going to try to use drop play to distract Goswser. 2 drops heading across the top of the map. Goswser saying, you know what? Screw the top left. Let's take the gold in the middle.
Yeah, that's a nice base to take.
And, I think Hart's going to try to, maybe if he's saying, if I can kill Goswser's third with his drop play, maybe it'll piss him off, it'll attack into my choke.
Yeah.
And then I'll kill his army and his third base, and I'll win the game.
Right.
I think that's a theory that he's going for.
Solid theory. I don't know how it's going to work out.
I mean, I think it's his best move. We'll have to see if it does work out. Here comes the attack.
That third's dead, man.
Yeah, the third's dead.
Oh, he's going after drones. And then he's going to target the third.
Goswser, okay, he's pulling back his whole army. The third is going to die.
Yep.
And
nice
now,
little drop here from Hart.
Yeah, I mean, Goswser didn't take the bait of... Oh, he's got to kill the hatchery. There you go. He didn't take the bait of thinking he had to attack, which is smart. But now Hart can try to take his third base.
All right,
and
he's coming out.
Realizing this.
This is still a really scary army from Goswser compared to the army of Hart.
Remember, 20 food of Hearts is still the top left in those medevacs, so his standing army is very small. He's about to drop the mule hammer, but Goswser can send some units to stop that. Actually, he's not even dropping the
He's
mules.
waiting. Does he want to make sure it's secure, I guess?
I guess he does.
Marines and Marauders coming forward. Overseer's going to check, see what's going on. Might send some Roaches up there. Lots of Widowmines here. You got to be careful, but Goswser is going to go for it anyway. A lot of roaches falling to these Widow Mines, but again, any trade is a good trade at this point for Goswser. Meanwhile, we have a drop happening in the natural expansion of Goswser. Hart trying to make something happen here. Goswser is going to sprint up to the third base, force the liftoff. But that natural is getting diced apart. The Roach Warren going to get taken out.
Yeah, Hydroden went down. Roach Warren's going down. I mean, Goswser is taking some serious damage here, but as long as he can continue to deny the third of Heart,
right,
that's really what's going to determine the game. Actually, that's really annoying.
This drop is...
And this is something Goswser should have seen coming. He knew that medevacs were there.
I mean, in a situation like this, you start thinking about the only way you can lose the game, and one of them is like your opponent getting crazy with the drops.
Yeah.
But again, as you said, Hart still has a long way to go.
That third base. Goswser's army's across the map, but can't stop.
You gotta drop the mules now.
Yeah.
He has full energy on all of his orbitals.
Yeah, he's got like 12
Did he forget the hotkey?
I don't know.
He's got to drop the mules.
Because now Goswser's crossing the map. Oh, he's lifting it. He was afraid. He was afraid.
He's going to try to sneak up to the top left.
I mean, it's hard to tell. If Goswser committed, he still would have minded a good amount of damage. And it drops back into main now.
I don't understand.
The same commando squad units is just being so annoying.
Yeah.
Goswser needs to just have a section of his army.
He has no anti-air, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to just have a section on defense, you know, like 6 roaches or something would be enough to deal with that. But meanwhile, I mean, he's mining for the gold. So, yes, he's taking damage, but he's mining for the gold, and Hart's not mining at all.
Putting his Hydras in the gold, too.
Yeah, and now once he gets a good amount of Hydras, that's what can really, you know, help against the drops quite a bit because they can start picking out the medevacs if Hart's not super careful.
Does he know about that command in the top left? I don't think so. Is he sending an overload up there?
He is. Very smart play.
Like, why didn't he do this a million years ago? But now it's like the perfect moment. Here comes the mules. Oh!
Only 4? He's going to save
it stopped. The overload stopped.
He got lazy. He's not going to see this.
Not many mules being dropped, though.
Yeah, I think he's been conservative. Well, he has one. He has another orbital in air flying to his other third from his main.
Oh, good point.
But then the one is natural can still drop mules as well. I think he's just he doesn't want to risk using old mules in case units showed up.
This could be dangerous for Goswser.
Oh, he's going for a big attack.
Oh, he might be thinking enough is enough. A lot of Widow Mines there, but Hart going to try to make a stand. And we talked about it. Goswser's going to try to go for it. SCV's being pulled up. Man, this could be dropped on top of the SCVs and the bio. Everything melting away. And Goswser might finally, once and for all, take this game. It took 30 minutes, and I think he was ahead over 20 minutes at that time. But Goswser taking out the natural.
Hart's not giving up, man.
He's still dropping everywhere.
Hart tilts the hatcher on the left side with a drop. I mean, he doesn't know about the gold base, though, or else he would be attacking that. The baiting drops in that battle were just insane. Hart really didn't quite kite away well enough. Still with the drop play, though, and you know the top left is actually money. Just any way Hart can make a comeback, it's through this top left base that Goswser has no idea about. He's actually going to kill a lair here. He's going to kill a lair and a hatchery. Goswser's down to a single hatchery. At least he got a good chunk of his units protecting that hatchery. That gold base is not going anywhere.
You know, would it be funny if Hart is able to eliminate Goswser by killing all of his buildings?
That's not good. Goswser's not going to lose this gold base.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, look, oh,
he's
going for it.
Are you willing to make a friendly wager?
Oh, the medevacs tried to make a move. One of them got sniped off, though. Yeah, no, he's not going to. Oh, another one gets sniped off.
The Hydra's sprinting after those medevacs. Get back here.
And they're going to be cut off here on the top side.
A Hydra flank. Off creep Hydra flank. You never see that.
Well, we do now, and another one goes down.
Medevac parts fly everywhere. Victory for Goswser finally takes Hart down. It was tough, but Hart's one of those players who will make you work for your victories. So good at scrambling when he's in a not so good situation, really trying to take the game. Almost able to make it happen there, but Goswser just too much of a lead to give that up.
Yeah, I mean he just powered through, denied the third base of Hart, never let him retake that third base. And it's pretty hard to play a half-hour game off 2 bases.
Yes, I agree. I mean, and of course, you say that. And
oh, look at his Baneling drops.
Goswser had 1 base at the end. Yeah, great Baneling drops, melting away, lots of bio. But Goswser taking the 2-0 over Hart. Hart having such a tough time against American players. Weirdly enough, falling to Suppy, Hello Kitty. I forgot who he played in the bracket stage.
He played another Terran, I think, in the first. I think it was a Korean Terran. I think he played someone really good.
Okay. But Goswser is going to move on to play Max Sed in our winners match. And Goswser has guaranteed himself a spot in Season 2 of WCS America. So congrats to him. Coming up next, guys, it's going to be Goswser versus Max Sed. A little bit later, we're going to have the losers match between Hart and the STC. And again, I never thought I'd be saying that. Hart versus STC in a losers match of the group stage. The loser will be out of WCS America. Guys, stay tuned. More StarCraft 2 coming your way.